Make Italo Disco great again. Good propaganda. I would vote for these guys. This is one of the best songs ever written, maybe. I love this guy, Nino Ferrer. In particular, I really like Les Cornichons. Phoenix. We're very good friends. I love them. Crazy musician, crazy guy. I might have started playing guitar because of this movie, actually. I tend to listen to soft music, but for Aphex Twin, sometimes I can make an exception. Hi, I'm Giorgio Boy. I'm here with Pickles today at Major Tom. We're gonna go through some vinyls and see if there's anything we like. This is one of my favorites, John Coltrane. I discovered him when I was 16, I think. I started playing saxophone. I fell in love with first with Lester Young, and then he became my real passion. I was playing tenor saxophone, so they are the legends. And Charlie Parker, I did not quite get him when I started playing, but later on I really started to appreciate his stuff. He's the jazz player that you study when you study jazz. Like, he's the one that you really dig into. You analyze note by note what he was doing, and at that time I understood how great he was. I think the thing that fascinated me the most was that when he wanted to play a note, he would call it target note, but he wouldn't go straight to that note. He would play the note after that one and the one just before by semitone, and then hit the target note. And that was, I thought that was genius, actually. This is my section, I think. I love this guy, Nino Ferrer. In particular, I really like Les Cornichons.
Le poulet pot, la mayonnaise, le chocolat, les champignons, les aubrois et les tomates, les cornichons.
Great song. I had some friends when I was living in London, and they were playing that song a lot at their parties. They were French. This is Lait de Coco. I like this one too, very much. Very good party music.
L'ombre des oiseaux caressait sa peau, elle bronzait au lait de coco.
This cover, wonderful. Cannibale. I don't know this, but it looks really great. Sometimes you can judge a record by its cover, or a book. They usually say don't do it, but why not? I don't know this one, but it seems interesting. Psyche, France, Volume 9. Pop 60s, 70s. Seems cool. I like this cover a lot. Very beautiful. Well, album covers are really important. It's what makes records great. like because you can listen to it everywhere, but with the album cover you can hold it, especially when it's big, when it's LP. This is my record, Schegge, and the album cover was done by Joe Pastori, a really good artist. He works with paper a lot, he makes these cuts and he creates images by cutting paper. It's a technique he uses a lot, and this artwork makes no exception.
Non voglio niente di speciale, no, non voglio niente da rincorrere o evitare. Sulle tue gambe batte un sole che mi fa morire.
Phoenix. We're very good friends. I love them. I love their music. I listened to them since I was very young. And this is a great album. One of their first, or maybe their first. No, it's not. I'm very bad with the times. But yeah, there's one of my favorite songs on this record, which is Long Distance Call. And yes, I love them. They got in touch with me when my first album was released. They wrote to me and they said they listened to it and they liked it. And we met up with Branco and we became friends. And then they asked me to open for their show in Milan. And then they asked to do the same in Paris and Lyon. And then New York, Los Angeles. So I was opening for them in 2018. That was fun, a lot of fun. Yes, I have great memories, and Branco, I mean, we're very close friends now, and he helped me with my record. He's the only person involved, except for Andres Viviani, who mixed it and mastered it. He's the only person really involved in the process of making this record. He was supervising the production, so he arrived at some point when I thought I was almost done, but he said, no, you're not almost done, you still have work to do here, kiddo. And so that's what I did. I kept on working, following his suggestions, which were very precious and very smart. Sometimes he talks very slowly, but you can see that what he says really has weight. And he's thought about it carefully before saying it. And that's something that many people should learn to do. Oh, love this. Caetano Veloso. Really good album, this one. Really good cover too. I like this mixture of, there's this picture inside an oval, and there's some beautiful drawings around it. Great font, typical of the time, and handwritten titles here. Beautiful. Love it.
Viva Maria, ia, ia. Viva Maria, ia, 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 ia. Viva Maria, ia, ia. Viva Maria, ia, 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 ia.
There's a lot of records here that look very interesting, which I don't know. And look at this cover. He's trying to explain himself, but she's just not, she doesn't care so much. Maybe she doesn't care anymore. Maybe she used to care. And he's surprised now, but this guy looks like he fucked up. So maybe she's right. I might have started playing guitar because of this movie, actually. There's one scene where he plays Johnny B. Good, and I watched this movie first when I was maybe 2 years old, and I knew it by heart, and that scene really had an impact on my idea of music, and might be one of the reasons why I started playing.
Where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ringing a bell. Go, 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 Johnny, go, go, go.
Chili Gonzalez really helps living life better. Captain Beefheart, crazy musician, crazy guy. There's some very interesting interviews where Frank Zappa talks about him. He used to be in his band, and apparently life was not the easiest. He would write like scores for these very intricate and strange arrangements, and each musician would have to follow it exactly the way it was written, and I think must have been quite difficult to do. But Frank Zappa could do it.
Let me tell you about it. Oh yeah, let me tell you about it. There were two railroad tracks. Click clack, click clack. Oh, one of them leaving.
I tend to listen to more old music, actually. I listen to a lot of instrumental music. Oud. This is wonderful. I think Night Call. This is one of the best songs ever written, maybe.
There's something inside you. It's hard to explain. They're talking about you.
Well, but there's not much to say about this, but you gotta pick it up and show it to others. Yes, not much to say, just greatness. Make Italo Disco great again. It sounds like good propaganda. Yes, I support this. I would vote for these guys.
Un silencio.
This record I really love. I discovered it when I was in high school, I think. I used to read interviews of musicians and bands I liked, and someone mentioned Kraftwerk, and I went to the record store and asked if they had any Kraftwerk records, and the guy suggested this one, so I listened to it and I really loved it, and I still do. Computer World. Aphex Twin. I really like this guy. Again, I was listening to him a lot when I was in high school, and then for some reason I stopped listening to it, and in the recent years I just started listening again, and I realized how great he is, and also his ambient works are so good. I went back to it heavily. Real genius. I tend to listen to instrumental music, but I listen to a bit of everything, really. I mean, that sounds really generic, but I tend to listen to soft music, like not too aggressive, not too heavy. But for Aphex Twin, sometimes I can make an exception. This is Nirvana are the first band I really fell in love with. both of these records, of course, but I think In Utero was my favorite. And maybe it still is.
I wish I was like you, easily amused. Find my nest of salt.
This was the first record I listened to by the Beatles. In my family where I grew up, there was not that much music, so I had to start from scratches, discovering things that I liked, and movies really helped. Actually, I discovered a lot of, for example, the Beatles and Beach Boys. I discovered through movies, like kids' movies. Yeah, there was one in particular. It's called Senti chi parla in Italian, with John Travolta. I think it's. I don't know the original title actually. I was watching it when I was a child, and there were a lot of great songs that I discovered in that movie, including Beach Boys. Wow, this is probably the greatest record ever made. It's so rich and difficult to explain what happens, how the whole puzzle stays together. It's difficult to explain that record.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older, then we wouldn't have to wait so long? And wouldn't it be nice to live together in the kind of world where we belong?
The Shadows, this one I really love too. Best guitar sound ever. No pedals, just Fender Stratocaster and amp. That's it. I think we've seen most of it.